there, so should be a good one for you guys. One more best of one coming your way after this one. That's going to be Leviathan versus Isurus, I believe. Gonna have to double check that for you, but either way, gonna get underway in this Group A action. I am Moritz, please, your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster. With me is What Is Hip. Greg, any forecast on this matchup?
I'm actually interested to see how this one goes. We've got SumsRift, who are some veteran players who are, pretty well regarded. The team is pretty good. And then we've got Leviathan, who are some young upstarts having pillow fights with no pants on at their team house. And taking a quick look at the odds for this game, it's 67%, 33% for Leviathan. And I think that sounds about right, but I don't know. I mean, I think Leviathan have a chance in this game, to be honest.
Yeah, I would say 60-40
I think that there's
is fair.
a solid chance.
Yeah, I would say 60-40 is more than fair here. Demon left one of his FPL games for us guys, so thanks to Jimmy for
thanks Jimmy. Man, that was so considerate of you to leave your FPL game for your scheduled match. What a nice guy. Only took like 8 or 10 minutes. Perfect. Good stuff, Jimmy. You continue to be a wonder child. And,
classic Jimmy.
Yeah, if it's not the gym, then it's FPL. So that's just, it is what it is.
I definitely thought he was pumping some iron, but either way, shout out to D2CC. Scheduling's been really, really good thus far. So even throughout the qualifiers, first pick Storm Spirit going to come out for LVT here. Put probably Shibby on that towards the mid lane. Shibby, an absolute beast on his Wind Ranger one match ago. We'll see how he fares with this Storm. Instant couple of pickups here from SumsRift. They're going to grab up the Axe as well as the Treant. Treant, not bad versus Storm Spirit, not great either. Burst damage coming out from the Remnants does pierce through that living armor. So we'll see if he's able to get off an Overgrowth. Both heroes, though, deal pretty well with the Storm Spirit if they're able to lock him down with the Call or the Overgrowth.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where Leviathan decides to go. To be honest, I have not watched as much Leviathan as a lot of other teams, so I'm a little bit unfamiliar with some of their drafting styles, but the Troll is out of the game. Juggernaut is out of the game, and I think, honestly, the key for them is, for getting a lineup that kind of moves in on the mid game, which seems to be their strength, at least from what I've seen so far.
They're pretty aggressive from what I've seen for certain. They're going to have a ban out on the Chen and the IO here, so don't want to see any push. SumsRift pretty good with the IO as well from what I've seen. Chipmunk picks that up more often than not. Don't necessarily have someone to pair him with just yet. But either way, Leviathan going to go heavy towards the initiation side of things. We saw them do this in the previous game as well. They even picked up a blink on their safe lane Troll. So they are pretty proficient when they have the tempo controlling heroes. And Batrider and Storm Spirit, certainly no slouches in that nature.
Yeah, I'm taking a look through some of the recent games for Leviathan. And to be honest, their drafts seem to kind of be all over the place. They do have quite a bit of Storm Spirit, quite a bit of Shadow Fiend. But sort of beyond that, there's a couple of Rubiks here and there. Some Lion, so they're kind of actually, their picks are sort of all over the place. Seems like they're a little bit more reactionary on their drafting. They do have quite a bit of Sniper in here as well, so
yeah,
interested to see exactly where they decided to bring this game with the Storm initiation. They have some good, I mean, their initiation is pretty incredible at this point. They've got the Batrider and the Storm Spirit, so those are two of the best you could ask for. They're going to have to deal with this Axe, who Axe, I think it can be a problem against a lot of lineups. He's just, Berserker's Call lockdown is extremely good. Being able to dunk people is really, really powerful against low HP supports. You can just jump call, get like a couple spins, and they're just dead. So Axe is pretty powerful.
Yeah, Axe definitely a game changer, or certainly very influential when he's able to get some momentum going, and any traction under his heels is certainly something that Leviathan is going to need to tend to at some point. Look for maybe a silence to come out for SumsRift here. I would like to see the Skywrath Mage. It does leave them a little bit lacking in the disable department if they do, however, relying on that Call and that Overgrowth. So Skywrath pretty good here. He's also fairly weak though. And Storm, although Skywrath is considered a counter to the Storm Spirit, Storm can pick him off He gets to jump more often than not as well. So Leviathan, yeah, they look to be able to control this tempo, but a well-positioned Axe could certainly throw a wrench into their plans. Champions of Summer's Rift, they are going to have the Huskar band away from BSJ. He looked really good on that a game ago, or 2 games ago, I should say. He actually set a net worth record. And I guess you're already winning when you force a Huskar band out.
Yeah, I think they've won the moral battle, at least on that one. Like, they got a they got a Huskar ban out of them. They must be laughing. Honestly, that's pretty funny. I mean, it was a really powerful pick. So
they are going to see the Skywrath here. So Summer's Rift listening to the stream, obviously pretty good against the Storm Spirit. Once again, I gotta worry a bit though for Summer's Rift that it leaves them a little bit lacking in the disable department. So look for them maybe to pick up a core with a stun. But either way, it is nice to have that Ancient Seal. Even at level 1, the 3-second stun available to, or 3-second silence available to them is really nice against the Storm Spirit. If he's running around and walks into a call, he's more or less dead more often than not. Leviathan going to go back for this Lion. Pretty sure we've seen this picked up in every game thus far in the group stage.
Yeah, it has been. It's a powerful hero.
Yeah.
Sniper picked up for Summer's Rift. This is one of Brax's trademarks, and actually going pretty late in the draft, considering how powerful this hero has been. But I think this is a good pick. So we saw this lane against Storm Spirit. It's an annoying lane for the Storm Spirit. Does get a little bit ugly once he does have level 6, but good with the Skywrath Mage, with the Axe. That they seem to have some heroes that can kind of control the Storm. Axe is so good against Storm for that reason. I mean, you can just blink call him and he is stuck. Storm is not a hero that likes being stuck. That's for sure.
Yeah, Slark, a bit of a pick deny coming out from LVT. They're going to deny that up from BSJ as well as pick it up for themselves. Very innately mobile hero as well, so can look to contribute to these ganks initiated by the Storm and the Batrider. Lion presumably will pick up a Blink Dagger at some point as well. So Leviathan looking very mobile against a sniper, and that's always a bit worrisome for Summer's Rift in that sense. Of course, Summer's Rift do have a little bit of variability on their side here. They could throw the sniper in the safe lane and pick up a better mid laner if they so choose, but either way, Storm, as you just alluded to, should do pretty poorly, at least early on, up against this sniper. But once they get some momentum, LVT have a lot of ways to jump in the face of this sniper.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something that Summer's Rift have to be aware of. I mean, it just comes down to positioning, you know. So I think Brax has enough experience with this hero that he knows what he's getting himself into, so should work out. Man, look at these bans. And people just like hitting on ESJ. I mean, I guess when you have a limited hero pool like that, it's pretty easy to just get slammed on in the drafting phase, which I'm sure, you know, as he plays more and more, I think he's a fairly new Dota player overall.
Yep.
You know, he'll get the same level of proficiency with a couple more than, 5 or 6 heroes. So
definitely kind of pub star turned pro, NEL #1 at one point. BSJ.
I mean, and it's really funny because people like flame NEL or don't take it seriously or whatever sometimes, but there's been a lot of good players that have come out of that league recently.
Yeah.
I think I have to imagine Bugatti 420 has probably played in it quite a bit. Obviously, Sumail is literally a product of NEL, so
yeah,
it's pretty nuts that that league has fostered so much growth in North America. So shout out to NEL, I guess.
Why the hell not? Definitely. D2CC, appropriate place to do so. We're going to see the last member of Summer's Rift draft come out here. Could be a safe laner, could be a mid laner. Of course, though, they already have a good matchup up against the Storm, so expect it to be BSJ's hero picked up in the 5th slot. Juggernaut banned out here, so yeah, nothing signature.
They have some Slardars in their recent games. That could possibly be an option this game.
Yeah, I feel like it's a bit fairly good. That Dark Pact dispels amplified damage. I feel like that's a change that should be made.
That's obnoxious.
But the vision is certainly nice.
I don't really know where else. I don't really know where else they're gonna go. Like where else they're comfortable with. Shadow Fiend.
So maybe BSJ Sniper in this one.
Yeah, I am not sure how they're gonna end up playing this. Kind of an interesting take on this game.
Yeah. Could see maybe, I want to say, a Disruptor pickup for LVT here. I feel like it fits really well with their lineup. Shadow Fiend, not excessively mobile. Static Storm there, good. Axe usually wants to stand on the spot as well. Glimpse is nice to bring back into a lasso, or the Lion's toolkit there. So I feel like that could fit well with LVT. They're already innately mobile, so having that little bit of extra control could be nice, but I feel like they can go more or less anywhere with this pickup, and they're actually going to pick up the Phoenix in the 4 role, so interesting stuff.
And that was kind of what we saw in the first game. That was I guess it was a 5 position. And it did actually seem to work really well, so I was a little bit surprised. And it looks like it is going to be the BSJ sniper.
Yeah, so he should
be up on the SF. I don't think I know that Brax has played Shadow Fiend a little bit recently. I have not personally seen him play it, so
it doesn't seem like a typical Brax hero. He usually kind of plays a little more mobile in the mid, something like Queen of Pain or Storm Spirit. But yeah, I think he should just do fine. It does give Shibby probably a little bit more of an easy time in lane though.
Yeah, that's true. I mean that lane can be a little bit annoying if you have to deal with the raises. So. Storm Spirit doesn't have a ton of HP, not very mobile before level 6, but this is kind of an interesting pick for me. I wonder if he's going to go like preemptive Yules. It seems pretty good, to be honest, against the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, Yules is very nice versus Storm. Ball Lightning has a pretty actually deceptively big cast animation, so more often than not you'll get that Requiem off without him having to be able to dodge it. So either way, we'll jump into this one. This should be very telling as to who's going to take Group A in the D2CC. Big matchup here. LVT versus Summer's Rift. Leviathan on the Radiant side. Shredder picking up that Slark towards the safe lane. Nusham on the Lion. That leaves Flying Zebra on the support. Phoenix. Jenkins on the Batrider. And finally in the mid lane, Shibby on that Storm Spirit.
On the other side for Summer's Rift, it's going to be Demon on the Skywrath Mage. Banana Slam Jam on the Sniper. Bugatti Fork of 20, a.k.a. Miracle Chipmunk on the Axe. Hero or Whitebeard, the Treant Protector. Excuse me, last but not least, Axe is going to be on the Shadow Fiend.
Of course, decked out in the Arcana. I still look like a dire tier 1 mid when I play SF, but if you guys want to fund my Arcana, sure, trade me, add me on Steam.
You guys are looking to donate to some fine upstart individual, then pass along that Arcana. A nice glow bat here for Jenkins. Shout out to Dota Pit.
Oh yeah, that is a Dota Pit hat. Where is our... if you guys want to flame about the mystery stretch goal not being delivered, Greg is here, so feel free to drop that in chat.
See, there's this company that sort of controls everything about Dota, and they operate on their own time scale sometimes. It's kind of, that's all I'm going to say about that.
Volvo, please.
I'm going to go ahead and pass the buck right along. I can tell you it's done.
Isn't
and
Pimp
it's not what everyone thinks it is.
Pimp Muckle lives in Germany. He should be able to go to the Volvo headquarters, right? Is that the right company?
What? No, Volvo's in Seattle.
What do you mean, Volvo? They make cars. They're in Germany. What are you talking about?
No, that's in the... Okay, first of all, Volvo's in Sweden.
Oh, is it?
But you were close.
Same crap.
So close. Top lane, Jenkins. Oh my god, is he
might be dead.
Nope.
No headshot proc there for BSJ. He did have the headshot at level 1.
In the last 1,006 drafts, he made it to the second round 8% of the time. Wow. That is unbelievable since March 1st.
Pretty bad hero.
It's also disgusting that... Oh my god, that's so gross. Oh my god.
Not even... Yeah. Doesn't even make it through to that second phase. Not like he's ever ignored, but if he makes it to the 3rd or 4th phase, uncommon there. Should have a good time in the mid lane. Brax should be already doing very well for himself, though. 5 CS to the Storm Spirit's name at this point. Bot lane, aggressive duel with the Treant and the Bugatti. A little bit melee heavy here, but very tanky early on. Brax?
Oh, lordy.
Get
dunked on Storm. Yeah, that shouldn't really happen. I mean, it can happen, but it just means that the Storm was just too far up. You have to be... I mean, this is an annoying lane, honestly. Like, it's pretty rough. I think you need a gank to help out the Storm Spirit. Especially, he's going to try to get a kill here. He actually... Ooh, he gets one more right click, he's going to get it. Oh, my...
Living growth. Living armor.
Living armor, OP.
Salve up as well from Brax. And a wraparound coming from Demon. He's got the conch shot available to him. The conch shot will land. No mana for the raises, though, yet. Bottling up is Brax. Raise, long range, will be there. One more right click needed. Salve up from Shivy. Brax gonna dive deep. Arcane Bolt is there. Return kill found. Hasted up Phoenix as well. Demon just gonna TP out. He'll be just fine. Brax still getting the experience though. Storm Spirit not able to do so.
Tis mine.
Well, that was just...
Yeah, unfortunate.
That was clowny. Oh, man. I mean, I think that's definitely worth it. He gets the XP for it, but that was just super clowny. I can't believe he had to go to those lengths to get to actually get it.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a misstep from Brax. He could have bottled up a little bit earlier as the conch shot came out, but waited till he was walking uphill, so maybe gets that raise off a bit earlier. But nice play from Shibby. And either way, still is a kill. Brax going to return to lane, bottles up Demon as well. So Demon able to stick around and apply pressure to this Storm Spirit. And Shadow Fiend, notoriously easy to gank early on, but really nothing committed to this mid lane from the Radiant side.
Moving forward here, looks like they might want to actually try to kill Banana Slam Jam in the top lane, but
Shibby
I don't
again.
think they're really going to be able to do that. Oh my god.
Shibby having a rough time. Was an absolute...
This is so bad.
Yeah.
Like, this happening is so bad because Shadow Fiend is a hero that 100% capitalizes on this. Like, this is super, super bad for Leviathan to have this Shadow... I mean, it's, like, annoying that the Storm is dying. Bottom lane... Oh, God, Slark's actually so close to being dead.
Yeah, nice pounce at the end there from Shredder.
It's you know, it's bad that the mid lane is, like, dying like this, but it's really, really bad that they're dying to a Shadow Fiend because it just magnifies the problem.
Yeah, Storm Spirit is one of those heroes that with items can do a hell of a lot, but just with levels, with a little bit of support behind him can do enough. And so, you know, him being able to recover is certainly possible, but Brax falling out of control and getting a level advantage against him is really scary.
Yeah.
Level 6 to the level 4.
Yeah, the fact, like, the big issue here is that now Shivy's so far behind in levels, he is just going to get bullied in lane. Like, Brax can use his raises to try to put some extra damage on him. Shivy still has no levels, and Poli's going for this damage-oriented builds, and Brax does 25 souls and over 100 damage, so this lane gets hard now.
Zebra bottom getting low, and they're trying to chase down Whitebeard here with Shredder and Nusham. They should be able to with the boots advantage and the Orb of Venom on the Slark. The Battle Hunger will slow down Nusham a bit, but Bugatti pretty deep behind enemy lines. He does have Demon now supporting him up. Demon completely out of mana. One more right click needed. They will get the return kill onto the line. Shredder needs to back off as well into the loving arms of his Phoenix, and he should be able to do so.
Shredder, his farm is lackluster to say the least. It does have 2 kills though, but that's pretty rough for him, honestly.
PS Chase
Slark
silently
is another hero that really
farming
requires.
as well.
Yeah, Slark requires a lot of items, and BSJ is 34 CS.
Look at this tier
He
1.
is just racking in the assets.
Brought this tier 1 to 400 HP already in this offlane by his
Bottom
lonesome.
lane. Phoenix, I think, should be fine here. Yeah, he's fine.
Gotti putting some
close,
pressure
though.
on this tier 1 as well. So Dire side getting a lot of pressure on these tier 1s. Shibby still level 5 in the mid lane. Brax level 7 now. Pushing the wave up. Gonna find this 6-minute rune. This is a haste rune. He can get a lot done here. No Requiem skilled up yet for Brax though.
This is a pretty standard build. He wants to be able to max out Raise, max out Next Mastery. This is a build that concentrates on winning the lane. Nusham is dead in the top lane. Gets sniped down. Get peeped by the sniper. This is a build that really just concentrates on winning the lane as hard as you can. Yeah. And I can definitely agree with that.
Yeah, full stick up for him as well. So a lot of sustainability in lane with this bottle. We are going to see massive rotations bottom. Shibby with a haste rune, but has no points in the vortex.
See,
so
this
Bugatti,
kills me, man. I do not like this build. I play Storm quite a bit, and this build is like acceptable sometimes. Bugatti taking a lot of damage though. Shredder trying to get enough to bring him down. Down goes Bugatti. Phoenix actually the one who get the kill.
Brax has a raise in a second. Oh, the overload slowing him too much, but he's going to turn and man up against Shibby. The Storm Spirit now going to back off. Brax, 1 bottle charge left, is going to try and find Shredder. Not going to be able to do so, but the tier 1 being down will allow him to walk to safety.
I think he's going to get Shredder here. Oh, good leap. Never mind. He's okay.
Wow, sweet path in there.
I mean, the issue with this build right, is the argument is that if my team has CC, then I shouldn't need to get a Vortex, right?
Yeah.
And they have a Lion and they have a Slark, so I can understand that. But sometimes you get in situations like that where it just kills you not to have it, you know?
And it definitely secures them a kill there if they have it. Meanwhile, BSJ top lane, one more right click is going to bring down the tier 1. Jimmy doing some scouting, not able to find the courier, but is a little bit deep behind enemy Lions. Need to be careful here. He's going to run into Flying Zebra top lane. He will get the Ancient Seal and the concussive shot off. No support inbound, though, from the rest of his team. Brax just farming up the safe lane with his Treant Protector at his side. And Shredder not going to be able to make it over to the Skywrath. BSJ just playing World of Warcraft right now. Complete AFK PvE. And
yeah, I mean, you got to know, Snap Jam is so happy with how this game is going. His team is getting kills on the map. And he is just destroying people.
Yeah,
or destroying creeps rather, not people.
Indeed. BSJ looking scary. Aquila plus the phase boots and Morbid Mask to his name already. Brax is opting for this China SF build here, and Mech gonna come out for him, so look for them to ball up a little bit early on. What are your thoughts on the Mech build on Shadow Fiend?
I think it's a good build when you're ahead, because it allows you to pressure a lot more. You can kind of push your advantage. It allows you to kind of take down towers a lot easier. If you're behind, I think it's really bad, like terrible build.
Yeah.
But with the position that Summer's Rift is in, I think it's a good item choice. You know,
yeah.
It just allows you to put a lot more pressure on the map, which
the one quarrel I have with
does not have a ton of HP.
Yeah, the one quarrel I have with this is he's a little bit lacking in mana. Even though raises don't cost too much, I feel like the Yules is so good for that reason, for the extra mana regen. Lets you spam so reliably. But yeah, with this advantage, I mean, Brax could more or less build whatever he likes at this point. Shadow Dance is up for Shredder now, so he's pretty active around the map. Picked up his level 7 on this Slark, but the supports from the dire side are doing damn well.
Yeah, Brax is dead.
Big kill.
No way he gets out of this one.
Yeah, big kill going the way of the Radiant side. It'd be interesting to see how much XP that gives over to them. Lion almost level 6 off of that. Level 7 Storm Spirit. That's 360 XP to each of the 3 heroes involved in that one, and a good reveal of the Blink Dagger from Jenkins.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. Get that opener kill as soon as you have the Blink Dagger. And I mean, you can play really conservatively and try to avoid getting picked off like that, but
yeah,
I think it's fine.
Yeah, Brax pumping his chest out mid lane, feeling pretty beefy after the start he had. So.
Summer's Rift have a huge gold advantage at this point. It's like 5,000, which is pretty significant at 10 minutes. I mean, it's the total gold is only 17,000, so they have like, you know, I don't know. I'm not a math major. That's a large percentage of their overall you know, net worth. So that's quite a hefty advantage. Now Shredder is completely... Whoa, he actually made it out. I can't believe he's not dead.
Wow, nice impale. Finger of Death is there too. Bugatti gonna be brought down. 3-man overgrowth from Hero, but Whitebeard probably next to fall here. The Fire Spirit's gonna come through from the Phoenix as well. Trying to chase down Demon. He's got 2 stacks of sticky napalm on him and probably is gonna fall because of the slow turn rate here. Fire Spirit's gonna come through. Link forward from Jenkins. He will get hexed up though, and Demon pounce from a long range from Shredder.
What just happened?
3-0 in the bot lane.
They should have been... Oh man, that's brutal. That was a pretty aggressive pick. I mean, they're pretty far into the jungle. They don't have Brax with them.
Yeah.
Brax still does not have the mechanism, but oh my god, Slark living through that initial engagement, it really surprised me. And I think they could have probably avoided that. You know, he could have silenced later, called after, or whatever. Not stacked it like that, but that's just really unfortunate that he makes it out of that one and is able to just regen up, turn around, and they just take the fight. That's a really crucial fight for Leviathan. I mean, if they want to have a chance in this game, winning that fight is one way to do it. And look at the gold swing they got off with that. I mean,
and they thwart the reveal of Bugatti's Blink Dagger as well. And
God.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Bugatti was sitting above the storm.
That bad. That was nuts.
Yeah, the Shadow Dance really avoiding the dunk there is a big deal, and already having 2 heroes there by the tower ready to initiate, not even needing to TP in, was kind of big. I guess this lane ward for the dire side maybe providing a false negative for them that he was alone, but as you mentioned, a little bit of a deep dive. Still space to BSJ and the SF, but big swing to Leviathan.
Yeah, that's a huge setup to them. Can't like if that gank had gone the way that Summer's Rift wanted, then we would have been on the way to a pretty one-sided game. But getting those 3 kills is just so massive. And now Shibby level 8, almost maxed out on this damage build, which if you do get it, I think, you gotta go all in like this and put out as much damage as you can. But he needs to be a little bit careful. He does have an invis rune. I don't think there's any detection kicking around.
Lasso up mid lane. They're going to find Whitebeard and Brax here. Jenkins not going to jump in quite yet. He's going to run to everyone. He gets conked up. Ancient Seal is there as well. Nice overgrowth from Hero. Assassinate. 1 raise from Brax. And a little bit too deep.
They got to know that Shibby's probably like in the vicinity here. Like there's no way that that Bat Rider's just completely alone right there.
Yeah, and you see them kind of scouting around for SumsRift. BSJ going to think a little better of it though. Knowing maybe people are nearby. Just going to continue to AFK farm here. Yasha, Mascamanus, Aquila. Phase boots all up. Mystic Flare mid lane. Nushim dropping really low. Arcane Bolt finishing him off. And Demon doing a lot of work on this Skywrath early in this one.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty good hero for Jimmy. I mean, he likes to play very actively. And this hero definitely does that for you. 2 null talismans. That obviously gives him some mana, gives him some extra damage on the Arcane Bolt. So pretty standard build from him. But he is definitely playing well. Applying a lot of pressure on the map, and that's kind of what Skywrath Mage gets you. It sort of helps you get towards this situation where you have a sniper just literally AFK farming. Like, he has not seen another hero in like the last 5 minutes. And that is just fine with him.
I mean, I can definitely see LVT making pickoffs happen here and there, but I really find it hard to see how they push high ground against an SF and a sniper that are this farm, not to mention an axe and a tree on top of that. So I really feel like beyond this mid game, I don't know where LVT go with this kind of advantage.
Storm's got to go nuts.
Yeah, the entire Tricore.
Storm, I think, really has to go nuts.
Yeah, the entire Tricore of Summoner's Rift is above the entire Tricore of LVT. Meanwhile, Call Mystic Flare onto Jenkins. The seal is going to be after the Firefly, but still.
Oh, he got neutraled. Raffle.
Wow, rip.
That's pretty unfortunate. That's pretty funny though.
Rip right there.
Brack's gonna apply pressure on this mid lane. They're gonna take this tower down.
Yeah, Shibby trying to defend it up, but only the point booster in the Soul Ring needs to be careful here against Bugatti's Blink, and he's gonna have to back up. So
it appears that he's going for the Bloodstone build. This is kind of an interesting choice this game. I think there is some validity maybe to the Orchid build this game, but I guess part of it is when you go for this damage, do you spam Remnant like crazy and you spam Ball Lightning like crazy because you want to get as many overload procs as possible. So having the point booster early like this allows you to execute a little better on those early game ganks. So
yeah,
that's probably part of the reason.
I mean, the Orchid is nice for solo picks on the Skywrath, but
I mean, there's a lot of good heroes against this on this lineup that the Orchid would be pretty good against. It's like pretty good against the Skywrath Mage. It's a really good tool against the Axe. Maybe not for solo picks, but in fights it's really good. But I mean, I can understand why he did it, especially given the skill build he's gone with.
Yeah, I feel like Orchid's a little underwhelming here with the mech build coming out from the Shadow Fiend, though. Maybe if he goes Yule's even more so because he's got the Purge, but he's probably not going to get solo picked by the Storm with that mech available to him. He's already picked up an Ogre club as well. I always want to say Axe, Dota 1, please. But Black King Bar going to be soon impending for Brax here. He's only about 700 gold away from that.
Moving forward here, it looks like SumsRift, are they still? Yeah, they're still building their gold advantage here despite that earlier mix-up. They're just farming the map a lot more efficiently. You can see that on the left side, net worth and CS. Everyone is just farming much better, or all the cores rather, on SumsRift. It honestly kind of shows their experience the way that they control the map here.
Jenkins
is potentially in trouble.
Yeah,
I think he's dead.
3 shrapnel charges. OP Ice Frog, please. Gets his Blink Dagger canceled. Nicely placed on the first one there by BSJ, able to follow up with the next 2, and then the Leech Seed slowing him down for the kill. Well played there. Good pick off as well. Down for 20 seconds without buyback. Roshan, certainly a possibility for SumsRift here, but Larry looks to be content with just taking this tier 2.
Tier 2 is a pretty powerful object for them. Really helps cut off this kind of entire jungle. When you take down this tier 2, because it's a lot harder for supports to rotate over to support anyone in the jungle getting ganked or help them out or whatever. So it's a good objective.
Mid
They have
lane,
all their towers still, which is pretty crazy.
yeah, mid lane call gets off a little early from Bugatti. They're not able to bring down the Slark. Overgrowth is going to be actually a little out of range from Hero. He's going to get lassoed up. Impale is there onto Brax, but BSJ...
Dead, I think.
Wow, BSJ just right-clicking out from the periphery there, doing a lot of work, and they're able to just back off from this Supernova. Conch Shot going to go through as well. Ancient Seal. Banana Slime Gemma right-clicking away on Nusham. Blink forward from Bugatti as well. Mystic Flare onto Shibby. Dunk number 1 of the game will be a significant one on the Storm Spirit, and the tier 2 going to go down as well, and LVT felt like they needed to defend that last kind of bastion of or access point to their jungle, as you mentioned, and they get punished heavily for it.
Yeah, that was pretty rough for them. I mean, that engagement pretty much just went exactly how SumsRift wanted it to. The BSJ just sits in the back with a Mask of Madness on, goes to work. The Supernova, there wasn't any CC to support it, so it was pretty ineffective, and it all just falls apart after that. So that was just an unfortunate fight for Leviathan. I don't know if they're going to be able to... I mean, the things that need to happen here for them to try to get back into this game, Shredder needs to have a big impact with this Blink Dagger he just bought. It's the first item he bought after the Midas, so he needs to get some kills with this item. Otherwise, it's going to be disastrous, I think. Storm Spirit, does he have the Bloodstone? No, he's not even close. Well,
who do you go for, though, close. If you're Shredder? You know what I mean? Like, you don't really have Brax to follow up with you. He doesn't have the big enough mana pool quite yet. And Jimmy's always been kind of with at least Bugatti looking to make picks. So it's tough for Shredder, I feel like, just with the Midas, not really much right-click to supplement in. So he's going to have to get lucky. They're going to have to establish some sort of vision on the map for him to start making picks. Already the 3 big items coming out after that engagement bot lane. BKB for Brax, Force Staff for Bugatti on top of his Blink, and the Manta Style now for BSJ as well.
BSJ is so farmed. He's just had all the room in the world.
Yeah.
Almost like he has like 4,000 more gold than the Slark, who's the top on the Radiant team. Yeah. It says another 1,500 gold. I mean, they really need to figure out a way to make something happen, I think, with this Slark Blink Dagger. I'm a little surprised that he actually stopped for this Blink Dagger, but I thought maybe he was just going to go right for this Scotty, but I don't know. This game feels really tough now for Leviathan. I'm sure they know it. Their map control is crumbling. They're getting out farmed. Yeah, exactly. Midas Shadowblade or Midas Scotty. Like, I mean, there's just going Midas into Blink does not make a ton of sense to me. And Shredder is going to die. Nice overlap there. Whitebeard getting just in range for that Overgrowth on top of the Mystic Flare, and they're able to get the Anciency off right as they pop the smoke, so no Dark Pack coming out. Easy tier 2 and big pick as well, and now all of a sudden 6,600 net worth to the Slark, 8,000 to the offlane Axe of Summer's Rift, and now things looking very scary. And why not go high ground for Summer's Rift here? They're just going to do some chip damage onto this tier 3, port the Axe back along with the Skywrath, looking to cancel TPs. They're not able to do so though, so Summer's Rift do have to back off, but free chip damage on the tier 3, not bad. Yeah, I mean, putting a lot of damage onto it, and again, they're just controlling the map, pushing them back into their base. Now he's moving over to Roshan. BSJ is gonna have one of them is gonna have an Aegis, whether it's the sniper or Brax. We'll have to see. Just very good maneuvering from Summer's Rift as well. They know though. I mean, this is a 5-man smoke. They're committed to try and break this. Oh no, there's a BKB for Brax. Big Requiem coming out though. The Phoenix is gonna drop. Shredder getting low as well. Mystic Fair makes him back off from Demon. Shibby gonna have to jump in looking for the Skywrath Mage, but the living armor is there. Nice call from Bugatti onto Shibby. He's gonna get dumped up. BSJ still alive on the high ground. Blink forward from Nusham with the Finger of Death to finish him off, but he feeds his own life over for it. And 4 for 1 going Summer's Rift way. Easy Roche as well, and it's almost encroaching upon GG territory at this point. Yeah, like, might just lose the game right here. I mean, obviously you can understand why they did that, right? It's like, well, if we let them get the Aegis, we lose the game. But the problem is, maybe, it's possible to, we have hindsight now. So hindsight's 20/20, but it's really easy to just say, well, we could just let them get the Aegis and try to fight near our base. But the issue with that, obviously, is if you lose the fight, you probably just lose the game. So yeah, that's a tough call for Leviathan, and unfortunately, it just does not really pay off for them as they get nearly wiped.
If that supernova comes through, they probably have a much better time there, but perfect Ancient Seal.
I mean, you look at their team, look at their lineup, you'd think they have a pretty good chance in the pit. I think the big problem was that Brax had that BKB, like, his finger was on that man. As soon as it got revealed from the smoke, he hit it. Shredder dies again. That's not good. That is really, really bad.
Yeah, dies to BSJ and Bugatti top. Another dunk going the way of this Axe. 4-3-1 already. 3,500 gold in addition to his mobility items here. And Brax sitting bot lane under the cover of nature's guys.
Is mine.
Is looking to raise up Shibby, just doing a dance at this point, but needs to be a little bit careful. Does have his Treant behind him and Jimmy rotating in as well now.
And pressure on the map and bottom lane there, just they're invised up, lurking, waiting for someone to come farm this wave. I don't think that's going to happen. They're all committed to playing, but SumsRift have a stranglehold on this one. Their gold lead is now approaching 20,000, which is almost the entire amount of gold that Leviathan has. So they are nearly doubling them up arm. That's close.
Axe gonna opt for a Bloodstone here. Probably would have liked to see the Shivas just for the slow, but either way, I mean, doing as well as he is, the mana regen's nice, extra HP pool to him. He's gonna look mid lane for something. Won't find Nusham. He will find Shredder, but Shredder able to pounce out, and just gonna reconvene with his team is Bugatti here, bot lane, continuing to apply pressure. Flying Zebra a little bit out of position, has no TP on the Phoenix. If he shows himself in front of the wave here, maybe this is the cue to go in, and in fact, Bugatti and Demon gonna find the Storm Spirit anyways.
Like you were mentioning in the draft, the silence, the chain, the blink call into silence.
Yeah.
Brutal for Storm. It's a tough Storm game.
Especially considering the start that Chibi had in this mid lane.
Yeah, he got wrecked.
It's unfortunate. Jenkins gonna look to push the bot lane out. Meanwhile, mid lane pushing in heavily. BSJ, MOM popped. Gonna take down this pretty quickly. Couple raises will nuke the wave as well. And no contest going to be put up from LVT without their Storm Spirit. Age is still available for another little while for Brax. That's 2 minutes. And they can go
totally
mid.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
I think they're going to just try to push into the base right now. And I don't know if there's anything Leviathan can do about it. Even like I feel like even the Bat Rider lassos haven't felt very good, you know? It's like they can barely even kill someone when they lasso them.
Yeah, and there's been some good counter initiation from the Treant in this one as well. Brax still has this BKB at 9 seconds with his Aegis. Bugatti ready and waiting in the wings. They're going to throw a conch shot out into Shibby, but it's just going to create space. Ensure the tier 2 call onto 2 from Bugatti. Mystic Flare is there only onto the 1. Nicely placed by Demon, and the call brings him down. Pounce onto Bugatti. He'll be able to force back, though. Shibby using quite a bit of his mana. Looks to back off, and now the melee rack's in a lot of trouble. Chibi gonna look to reinitiate. Blink available from the Slark. Batrider closing in on them as well, but it's too late at this point. The melee rack's gonna be forfeit. We'll see if SumsRift even stick around for this range one. They will. Free lane of racks going their way. Clean pick on the Lion, and they're gonna look to translate this into more. Still holding on to that Aegis.
I think I think Leviathan are just helpless at this point. You know, this is a game when the Phoenix doesn't look that great. They're just underleveled, underfarmed, hasn't really had a big impact. They don't have any big CC to help set up the Supernova. Now he's up in the air. Overgrowth coming in. Looks like Brax is just going to help go to work here with Bugatti locking down Jenkins. There's the Supernova, but the problem is they can just back away from it. Good infill, though, by Nusham. Trying to turn this game around in the fight. In the base, the Aegis now coming back up. Brax comes up. There's the BKB. Nusham gets exploded immediately. Bloodstone finally finished up for the Storm Spirit. He's going to try to come back into this one, but if he comes into this fight and dies, loses those charges, it's going to be really bad. Now he comes in, he wants to kill Whitebeard. Brax is here, still has the ultimate. Is he going to try to light that up? No BKB, now he's a fish. Bugatti running for it, gets the call off onto Nusham, and Nusham going to pay the price, gets dunked, Yule's up in the air. Is the Phoenix, no dive available, gets killed immediately, and that, I think, is the end of that.
Yeah, beautiful silence once again from Demon. Jimmy's been really on point with these Ancient Seals. 2 raises into the Storm Spirit brought him really low. Assassinate finishes him off. They will bring down Bugatti for good measure, but yeah, when your Axe picks up the Bloodstone as his 3rd item, the same time your Storm Spirit picks up his 1st item, Bloodstone, certainly a little bit worrisome, but easy win for SumsRift here. They look really sharp in day 1 of the group stage of the D2CC.
Yeah, that's Unfortunate to see Leviathan basically go down without a fight in that one. I mean, maybe chalk it up to drafting or whatever, but they got dunked
there, so should be a good one for you guys. One more best of one coming your way after this one. That's going to be Leviathan versus Isurus, I believe. Gonna have to double check that for you, but either way, gonna get underway in this Group A action. I am Moritz, please, your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster. With me is What Is Hip. Greg, any forecast on this matchup?
I'm actually interested to see how this one goes. We've got SumsRift, who are some veteran players who are, pretty well regarded. The team is pretty good. And then we've got Leviathan, who are some young upstarts having pillow fights with no pants on at their team house. And taking a quick look at the odds for this game, it's 67%, 33% for Leviathan. And I think that sounds about right, but I don't know. I mean, I think Leviathan have a chance in this game, to be honest.
Yeah, I would say 60-40
I think that there's
is fair.
a solid chance.
Yeah, I would say 60-40 is more than fair here. Demon left one of his FPL games for us guys, so thanks to Jimmy for
thanks Jimmy. Man, that was so considerate of you to leave your FPL game for your scheduled match. What a nice guy. Only took like 8 or 10 minutes. Perfect. Good stuff, Jimmy. You continue to be a wonder child. And,
classic Jimmy.
Yeah, if it's not the gym, then it's FPL. So that's just, it is what it is.
I definitely thought he was pumping some iron, but either way, shout out to D2CC. Scheduling's been really, really good thus far. So even throughout the qualifiers, first pick Storm Spirit going to come out for LVT here. Put probably Shibby on that towards the mid lane. Shibby, an absolute beast on his Wind Ranger one match ago. We'll see how he fares with this Storm. Instant couple of pickups here from SumsRift. They're going to grab up the Axe as well as the Treant. Treant, not bad versus Storm Spirit, not great either. Burst damage coming out from the Remnants does pierce through that living armor. So we'll see if he's able to get off an Overgrowth. Both heroes, though, deal pretty well with the Storm Spirit if they're able to lock him down with the Call or the Overgrowth.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where Leviathan decides to go. To be honest, I have not watched as much Leviathan as a lot of other teams, so I'm a little bit unfamiliar with some of their drafting styles, but the Troll is out of the game. Juggernaut is out of the game, and I think, honestly, the key for them is, for getting a lineup that kind of moves in on the mid game, which seems to be their strength, at least from what I've seen so far.
They're pretty aggressive from what I've seen for certain. They're going to have a ban out on the Chen and the IO here, so don't want to see any push. SumsRift pretty good with the IO as well from what I've seen. Chipmunk picks that up more often than not. Don't necessarily have someone to pair him with just yet. But either way, Leviathan going to go heavy towards the initiation side of things. We saw them do this in the previous game as well. They even picked up a blink on their safe lane Troll. So they are pretty proficient when they have the tempo controlling heroes. And Batrider and Storm Spirit, certainly no slouches in that nature.
Yeah, I'm taking a look through some of the recent games for Leviathan. And to be honest, their drafts seem to kind of be all over the place. They do have quite a bit of Storm Spirit, quite a bit of Shadow Fiend, but sort of beyond that, there's a couple of Rubiks here and there, some Lion. So they're kind of actually, their picks are sort of all over the place. Seems like they're a little bit more reactionary on their drafting. They do have quite a bit of Sniper in here as well. So
yeah,
interested to see exactly where they decided to bring this game. With the Storm initiation, they have some good. I mean, their initiation is pretty incredible at this point. They've got the Batrider and the Storm Spirit. So those are two of the best you could ask for. They're going to have to deal with this Axe, who Axe, I think it can be a problem against a lot of lineups. He's just, Berserker's Call lockdown is extremely good. Being able to dunk people is really, really powerful against low HP supports. You can just jump call, get like a couple spins and they're just dead. So Axe is pretty powerful.
Yeah, Axe definitely a game changer, or certainly very influential when he's able to get some momentum going, and any traction under his heels is certainly something that Leviathan is going to need to tend to at some point. Look for maybe a silence to come out for SumsRift here. I would like to see the Skywrath Mage. It does leave them a little bit lacking in the disable department if they do, however, relying on that Call and that Overgrowth. So Skywrath pretty good here. He's also fairly weak though, And Storm, although Skywrath is considered a counter to the Storm Spirit, Storm can pick him off. He gets to jump more often than not as well. So Leviathan, yeah, they look to be able to control this tempo, but a well-positioned Axe could certainly throw a wrench into their plans. Champions of SumsRift, they are going to have the Huskar band away from BSJ. He looked really good on that a game ago, or 2 games ago, I should say. He actually set a net worth record. And I guess you're already winning when you force a Huskar ban out.
Yeah, I think they've won the moral battle, at least on that one. Like, they got a they got a Huskar ban out of him. They must be laughing, honestly. That's pretty funny. I mean, it was a really powerful pick, so...
They are going to see the Skywrath here, so SumsRift listening to the stream, obviously. Pretty good against the Storm Spirit. And once again, I got to worry a bit, though, for SumsRift that it leaves them a little bit lacking in the disable department. So look for them maybe to pick up a core with a stun. But either way, it is nice to have that Ancient Seal. Even at level 1, the 3-second stun available to, or 3-second silence available to them is really nice against the Storm Spirit. If he's running around and walks into a call, he's more or less dead. More often than not. Leviathan going to go back for this Lion. Pretty sure we've seen this picked up in every game thus far in the group stage.
Yeah, it has been. It's a powerful hero.
Yeah.
Sniper picked up for SumsRift. This is one of Brax's trademarks, and actually going pretty late in the draft, considering how powerful this hero has